Let's make a pie and call it Patriotic Pie for Memorial Day. First of all, you're going to take a box of white chocolate pudding mix, the instant pudding mix, and it's the small box. Pour that in your bowl, and on that box you'll see it calls for 2 cups of milk, but you're going to cut that in half. You're only going to add 1 cup of milk to this pudding mix. Then you're going to mix that up with a hand mixer, or you can do a wire whisk, and beat it up until it starts to thicken up, and you'll be able to tell when that consistency changes. Then once it thickens up, then you're going to add a half of an 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip. So put that in there, whip it up with your hand mixer until you get it kind of incorporated all together. And it's going to deflate just a little bit, but that's okay. Next, this step is optional. I'm adding a cup of the red, white, and blue M&Ms. You'll see here in a minute, it actually changes, will change color. It'll make like a real pretty swirl. Some people may like that, some people may not. Just know that by the next day, that red and white that's coming off of the M&Ms, that's that hard candy shell. The next day, that shell is gone and you just have chocolate. So you may not like that. If that be the case, leave out the M&Ms, and just the day of that you're going to serve this, right before you serve it, add your M&Ms on the top and your sprinkles on the top then, and that's another option. You're going to fold in your M&Ms gently if you decide to put the M&Ms in there. Then you're going to pour it into a graham cracker pie crust. It's easier to buy the pre-made ones. Then smooth it out. Then stick it in your refrigerator, and for about an hour to 2 hours. It doesn't take a real long time for this to set up. So hour 2 hours should be good. Then pull it out. Then you're going to top it with the rest of that Cool Whip. So the other half of that tub, of the 8-ounce tub, you're going to top it with that. And that's probably when you want to go ahead and top it with, especially if you want them crunchy, top it with your M&Ms at that point right before you serve it, and maybe even your sprinkles, because they will get a little bit soggy there too. So it's kind of, your choice. If you don't mind them being a little soggy or not as crunchy, then you can add them before. If you would prefer the crunch, then add it after. But that's it. I come up with this concept, I don't know, many years ago, of fixing my pudding pies this way. And it's really good. Another option, and I've not done this in a while, but another option is to take a small box of just the milk chocolate pudding mix it up the same way with the 1 cup of milk and then the half tub of Cool Whip. And then you're going to add like those little Heath chips, the candy Heath. Either crush up a candy Heath, or you can buy the little bits. It's got either with the chocolate or without the chocolate, but it's already crushed up for you, and throw that in there. And that's really good chocolate pie when you do that too. So anyway, this is very fast, simple, fairly cheap. Depends on if you get the big huge bag of M&Ms like I got, that might not be as cheap. But of course I didn't use but a cup of them. But it's pretty cheap and it's simple. You can whip it together the day of. Just make sure that you've got, an hour or two to spare to make it cold and to kind of set. But other than that, it's just real simple. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And I hope y'all have a blessed Memorial Day. And if you are a service member, then I want to thank you for your service. If you had a loved one that was a service member and maybe they got killed in the line of duty, or maybe they've just passed since, then my condolences. But, I appreciate what they've done. So I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.